And this has meant that I've had to sort of cast around for appropriate female deities here. And of course, there were some obvious suggestions that occurred to my misguided mind, such as the Cloacina. You may recall her as being the goddess of the forum drain. Or maybe Alecto and the Furies. Well, that would occur to me. Anyway, but what I have done is I have come up with a list, appropriate or not, of all of you, ending with the 5 people who have submitted their assignments to me already. So they will be the climax. So we will begin with the others. Okay. So this is in no particular order aside from the order I've already described. Okay, first I'm going to begin with Amanda. Now, Amanda is the only one of us who has a good Latin name. Her name means "she who should be loved" in Latin. There we go. And this suggested to me. No, calm down, Eddie. This has suggested to me, of course, the goddess of love, Amor in Latin, Amor, whatever, in Amore in Italian, whatever, okay. And you may recall, I think this was mentioned somewhere, that of course in the anagram, which the Romans loved, Amor spelled backwards is Roma. And we've seen many examples of the personification of the goddess Roma on the Arapakas and elsewhere. So, therefore, according to my misguided logic, the goddess with whom I identify Amanda is Amor. Okay. Next in the list, not surprisingly, is Meredith. Now, Meredith's name suggests to me the god Mars, the god of war. Now, although Meredith doesn't give the impression of being a particularly martial kind of fellow, he does fulfill one precondition of any warrior. He can eat like a warrior. He can sit down at the feast of, I don't know, Odin's table or whatever other god you wanted to bring in here, and he can definitely hold his own. So let Meredith be Mars in this crazy collection of gods, okay? Next comes Jacqueline. Now, Jacqueline I found hard to pin down. And after a while I decided I would get away from the Olympian gods and I would identify her with the goddess Isis. The Egyptian goddess Isis, many of whose temples and statues we've seen on this trip. Isis is mysterious. She's a god, she's on the whole a beneficent god, a kind of a nocturnal god, secret rites, like one of the goddesses of mystery, exotic, she's Egyptian. And I thought that suited her in a way, because she has run so well in the nocturnal activities of the group. So Isis be Jacqueline. Okay. Now Delia. Now of course whenever I think of Delia I think of Sean. Now Sean is one of my big 5 because he did give me his assignment. So sort of pursuing the logic of that, I've made Delia Ariadne. Now, anybody know who Ariadne was?
Spider one?
Ariadne was you know the legend of Theseus and the Minotaur. Okay, Theseus went to Crete. He saved the Athenian youth from the Minotaur with the help of the Cretan princess Ariadne. They were sailing back to Athens, and he abandoned her, that heartless character. No, don't worry, Sean, this isn't you. Okay. So Ariadne lay there alone on the beach, weeping, in a general state of déshabillé, I believe. When along came her savior. Now I'll save the savior for the last 5, okay? Because that'll be Sean. Okay. Now, Jennifer, this was an obvious one. Although I'm having to cross-dress the god in question. The god I'm thinking of is Vulcan. He's the blacksmith god, but his name was also, of course, the god of volcanoes. So we'll make So we'll make Jen Vulcania or something similar, okay? And I think there the analogies just leap out at you, okay? Because you've got her volcanic laughter. The skin color's right, I think. So without further ado, we'll pass on, I think. Now Holly, I find I had a hard time getting a handle on her. She's one of the 6 weakers. And I thought about her with her lovely blonde hair. And at first I thought I would invent a goddess and call her something like Candy. It didn't seem fair. So I decided I would make her the goddess of the moon, who's often pictured as a blonde, at least in medieval times, which of course is Luna in Italian, Selene in Greek, because she was a goddess who of course naturally appeared at night, had many famous mortal male lovers. Adonis, or others, I think. And generally got around a lot, shall we say.